Yo, what's good, everybody? Amolytics, new day. Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I'll give a quick recap of yesterday, and how that went, and then we'll move forward onto today. We went 4 for 5. Just missed out on going 5 for 5. Harper didn't close it out there at the end of the night. The Athletics actually changed their pitcher for some reason. I studied Springs, and then they pulled Springs and had some relief pitcher start, and Spring starts today. You have that sometimes. That's variance. No control over that, but is what it is. Jose Ramirez went 1 for 4 with a triple. Just missed out on a home run out there in Detroit. Mason Wynn went 1 for 3. St. Louis versus why am I blanking? Oh, Arizona. Sorry. He went 1 for 3 there with a walk, and then Goldie went 1 for 4 with the triple out in Colorado. Taylor Ward went 1 for 2 with a home run, and then as I said, Harper missed out there, went 0 for 2. He got hit by a pitch twice too, so yeah, it was a weird game. Moving on though, starting out today, I like Rafael Devers, Boston versus Baltimore. He's at home versus Eflin. Eflin hasn't looked too good as he came back from injury this month. So I like Devers here to keep it going. He's been hot for like the past month or so. Right now, he has a 627 weighted OBA versus righties. And then Eflin, currently is giving up a 193 whip to lefties since he came back with a 522 FIP. I like this spot, day game. They do have a doubleheader. I usually stay away from doubleheaders, but at the same time, Baltimore's pitching staff is horrible, both starters and relief pitchers. So this is honestly like a Devers series. Like I target him every single game of this series. But moving on. Next up, I like Suzuki. He's going up against Abbott out in Chicago. Let me pull this up. Sorry. Currently, Suzuki's hitting lefties at a 838 weighted OBA. Sorry. Excuse me. He's in lefties at 838 weighted OBA, 20% K percentage, not bad. It's below average. Average is at like 22%, so he's below average there. Abbott's giving up a 147 whip to righties with a 12.7% K to walk rate. I like this spot. I feel like Abbott's game log or numbers in general are a bit, misleading. He's the only two quality starts that he has on the year are against Chicago White Sox, who are horrible, and then Baltimore, who's the worst team in the league against left-handed pitchers. So I'm not buying it to me. And he hasn't. I will say on this month, a good start that he had was versus St. Louis. He had a good start versus St. Louis. That's the only start that he had that was decent to me. And he went 7 base runners there, but was out in 4 innings. So, clearly he has a short leash. And then I don't mind the White Sox getting to Cincinnati's bullpen. I'm not sure who they used on yesterday, but Chicago got to him. But moving on. Next up, I like Goldie, returning back to the well here. He's going up against Freeland. Goldie actually sees lefties way better than he sees righties. So I like this spot for him to keep it going. He's currently hitting lefties at a 540 weighted OBA with a 0% strikeout rate. And then Freeland's giving up a 198 whip with a 11% K to walk rate. And then whip means he's giving about 2 base runners each inning pitched. And then I also like Judge here. I doubled up here against Freeland. Picking Judge here as a 605 weighted OBA versus lefties. I like this spot for both of them out in Colorado. They did just lose yesterday. They lost 3-2 there. So I expect them to have the bats going here. They're the top 1 or 2 team against lefties in the league. So I like this spot for them to get after Freeland early. Moving on. Last one, Ward. I'm returning to the well here too. If it's not broke, don't fix it. He's going against Quintrill. Quintrill's giving up a 140 whip to righties. with a very low 4.8 percentage K to walk rate. Ward, same things as yesterday, 526 weighted OBA versus righties, a 20% K to walk rate, so below average there. His ISO is insane, 548. As I mentioned, he's gotten so I believe it's 9 games now. It's 9 games in a row that he's gotten at least one extra base hit, and he continued that last night with that home run. So this is honestly a spot that he could, go yard again here. Quantrill's good for it to give it up here. So he could go yard. That could be one that you take as well. But in order, I like Goldie, Devers, Ward, Suzuki, and then Judge. And then I'll give you a couple home run picks here. So first up, righties wise. Okay, this was a long shot one that I kind of liked. It was Alexander Kirk, Toronto at Tampa Bay. They're out in the minor league ballpark. He's going against Baez. Baez is giving up the highest ISO to righties on the board on today at 267. And then he has a 251 home run per 9. I like the pitch mix. I looked at the pitch mix too. Kirk was hitting the 367 ISO versus the pitch mix as well. So, and they had him on FanDuel about 680. So this is like one of those long shot ones that you can, throw some money on. But I like this honestly as a play here. And then, okay, Suzuki wise, I like Suzuki versus Abbott. I understand Abbott's ISO is not, high on this on the past month or so. But as I said, I don't feel like he's been playing anyone. I feel like he's due to get hit up, especially in a hitter's ballpark out there in Cincinnati. I like this spot for Suzuki. He's hitting that pitch mix well, over 1,000 ISO against it of what Abbott is pitching out there to righties. So Abbott is giving up a 122 ISO. So do with that with what you may. I feel like he gets hit up here. I feel like the Cubs get to him. But moving on here, also like Devers versus Eflin. Same things as I mentioned before, but Eflin's giving up a 478 ISO to lefties. He's the top, it's basically top, giving up the most power to lefties on the board on today with a 506 home run per 9. I like the spot for Devers to keep it going. With that short, I feel like it's a short porch out there in Boston. It looks like it. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, he should be able to pull one here and get it out of there. Last one I like is Goldie. Goldie out versus Freeland. Out there in Colorado. Goldie's hitting Freeland's pitch mix at over 1,000 ISO. Colorado, as I mentioned before, is a hitter's ballpark. And then let me see where Freeland's at here. I don't think he's been giving up a lot of home runs, but you're not really in control of that out in Colorado, to be honest. He has a 178 ISO, so a little bit of power there. He's given up 3 home runs in the past month. Yeah, so those are my 4. Do with that with what you may. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. I thank you for tuning in. If you would like to be notified when I post, please subscribe and turn your notifications on. Like, comment, give me any suggestions that you would like to see for these videos. Thank you.